Hi everybody, it's Ann Bordelot, the Spiritual Energy Chef, and today I wanted to talk about gut health. And you're probably asking yourselves, well, you're always talking about energy, so how does gut health relate to energy? Well, it actually relates a lot because your energy needs to flow, and that flow happens through your physical body. So it is really important to make sure that the foods that you're bringing into your body are clean, or anything that you're bringing into your body, and actually as what you're putting on your skin as well. It needs to be really clean. So there's been a lot of research lately about your gut actually being your first brain, and then the brain up here in your head being your second brain. So one of the main reasons for that is because of the bacteria, the good bacteria that you have to have in your digestive tract in order to be able to process your foods and allow your body to flow naturally. So one of the things that happens, especially with prescription medications, is that it's removing a lot of those medications are removing a lot of the good bacteria that's in your stomach. And so as you're eating food, then you're not able to really process it. So you feel kind of like nauseous or constipated or just bloated and blah. Even depressed and fatigued, because it's like your body is kind of like stuck. It's like, if you have gears, on the, whether a clock or some kind of gears that kind of like all fit together, and it's so like it's like your stomach is stuck. It's not moving things the way that it should. But a good enzyme or good probiotics are things that can help that, keep it regular, keep not only add or keep the good bacteria alive, but also help it replenish. So with the enzymes, you also want to make sure that you are getting a good quality enzyme, because especially with the certifications, because a lot of what's happened over the last couple of years with the supplements, especially the ones that you can buy like over the counter in the health food stores and so forth, is that they would say that there's a particular ingredient in this supplement and there really wasn't, or there was like maybe just a tiny trace of it. So you really want to make sure and do your research where you're getting your supplements from and making sure that they are a good quality. So one of the reasons why I'm using the rice pudding is because the rice pudding kind of has the same consistency of what your food is, as it's kind of like going down your throat and traveling to your digestive tract. And so I'm sure that we've all done this in the past, whether, it be as a child or maybe even as an adult, because I've had some uncles that have done this at the dinner table at holiday functions, where, you're chewing your food and then you open up and, show everybody the chewed food. So that's kind of like my correlation in terms of like the rice pudding versus the food. It's all about the consistency. So what I'm going to do in the experiment is I'm going to pour out a couple cups of the rice pudding into a glass dish, so that way you'll be able to have total transparency, see what's going on, and you'll be able to see the thickness of the rice pudding. I'm going to add in a couple of enzymes, and then I'm going to start stirring. And you'll see that it's not even going to take a minute, probably within like 30 seconds, 40 seconds maybe, that it's going to start thinning out and it's going to get watery and soupy. And that's exactly what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to break down all of that stuff. So good enzymes, if you take a couple of them before every single meal, that's going to help your digestive tract, and it's going to help break down the foods that you're ingesting. The other thing too, in terms of energy, is I'm going to use the word clean, because it's definitely, you want clean foods. Yes, organic is the optimum, but you also, if you're looking at foods, go into the produce section and look at the amount of raw foods that's there. And so in terms of the processed foods, the raw ones are definitely going to be the option to go to first. That, and hopefully eventually you'll get to the point where the fresh foods, the raw foods, those are your go-tos instead of the processed stuff. Because the whole point is, with the enzymes, you don't want to you shouldn't use them as an excuse to continue to eat the processed foods. It should be a way to help you feel better about yourself so that you can start eliminating those processed foods. And so as you're eliminating processed foods, bring in more of the raw foods, and then that way eventually you'll get to the majority of what you're consuming is going to be the raw foods, and then maybe processed foods now and then. It's tough to do, most definitely, but every little step is a step in the right direction. So let's go ahead and start the demonstration. Okay, so what I have here are 2 cups of rice pudding. And what I'm going to show you, I just pulled them right out of the fridge. So you can see it's kind of like one lump. So it's kind of all clumped together. It's not exactly, there we go. It's thick, is what is the point I'm trying to make. So now I have 2 enzymes, and these enzymes in particular are made with the micro blue-green algae, which is Earth's first food, and it's basically what's created all of us. So this enzyme is going to help to break down. There we go. And I'm going to do 2. Doesn't want to come out. There we go. Now we're cooking. All right, and basically all I'm going to do is I'm just going to stir this, and you'll see it's still thick, but I'm going to as I'm stirring, now you can see that it's starting to get a little more watery, a little bit more loose, more soupy. And this has been like less than a minute that I'm stirring. And look how soupy that is. So if these enzymes can do this for just like a couple of cups of rice pudding, imagine what they can do to help you in your digestion. And just also keep in mind the quality of the enzymes is key as well. I highly recommend anything that has the micro blue-green algae. If you have any questions and would like some recommendations, just go ahead and give me a call or check out my website, send me an email, and I'll be more than happy to provide some recommendations for you or answer any additional questions that you have as well. So I hope you found this demonstration helpful. So I hope you can see by the demonstration that it is really important to have enzymes, good, clean enzymes, high quality enzymes that are really going to help your gut stay in good shape. Because if your gut is in good shape, then that helps to keep the rest of your body in good health. It helps send the right messages to where they need to go, and it gives you an overall sense of more healthier well-being, not just physically but mentally as well. Because when you feel good physically, then everything else follows. It's just that circular effect. It's like you're sending out positive things. you're taking in positive things. And so just keep that circle going. So I'm not a scientist, I'm not a medical doctor, but I am a certified health coach. So if you are looking for additional information to help support everything that you've seen here in this demonstration, then just give me a shout out at on my website. And I would be happy to provide any kind of articles that you might need to help you understand better about the gut, and not being that your gut is actually your first brain and not this brain up here. This is actually your second brain. Also, if you have questions about the enzymes itself, well, which ones are the good enzymes, helping you to kind of like navigate that direction as well, because there's a ton of different avenues that you can go, tons of different products. And like anything else, it's like if you're going to put something in your body, then your body is your temple. This is like the only one that you have in this lifetime. So you want to make sure that you take good care of it. And like there are someone had mentioned to me as an example, when you're looking at different cuts of meat or cuts of steak, it's like, there are different grades and different like choice, different name brands. And so you definitely want to make sure that you are, if you're going to be taking the enzymes, that you're looking for something that's going to do what it says it is. You want to make sure that the ingredients on the bottle are actually the ingredients in the bottle, because there's been a lot on the news in the last couple of years about ingredients or about supplements not having what they say is listed on the ingredients actually in the pills or in the supplements themselves. So you want to make sure that you're getting what you're paying for, and that it's actually going to work to the most maximum benefit. So you can go ahead and send me a message on www.annborderlow.com, and I'll be happy to answer those questions for you. Thanks so much and have a great day.